Hey guys, it's me again. Just wanted to go over GSAT. There's lots of really good charting lessons and trading lessons from this chart. I did not trade it myself, but I'm sure a lot of you did. It's a really good play. Obviously, nobody caught this big first move up. So this is what put it on our radar. It pulls back, but you don't know where it's going to pull back to. So it's your typical ABCD setup. A, B, C, push through high day is D. You can risk off of as soon as it makes a higher low to go long. There's two ways to play this, long or short. So I'll go over the long first. As soon as it starts putting in a higher low and it has especially broken through VWAP, you could risk off low of day, which is roughly 10 cents, and then just ride it up. Or if you're a little safer, a little more cautious, it's got a pretty big float, so you'd be pretty safe to. You don't have to worry about big dumps on it. It'd have to be a fairly big order, but it did dump later. But anyways, so what you can do here is, mark a trend line or horizontal line. You mark your high of day. So once it breaks that, now you're watching this move here and you're waiting. You want to be safe, so you just get your order ready. You're going to do a stop limit, stop price of, you want to make sure it breaks that. So we'll go 242. And then we'll put a limit on it because you don't want to pay too much. It's basically a marketable limit order that kind of gets you in right at the point where you want it to. That's the purpose of a stop limit. So we'll go 245, and then you just click buy, and it's good to go. It's waiting for that break, so you can just kind of set it and put it off to a side chart and watch. And it's funny because playing it long off of this method or playing it off short off the method I'll show you here in a minute gave you basically the same amount of upside. So about 15 cents you could have cleared on that. 3,000 shares of this cheaper stock, 450 bucks. You're laughing. It's a good day, right? So okay, that's how you could play it long. But like I said, I mean, you could have just taken it here as soon as it made a higher low. But if you wanted to be safe, a lot of people like to wait for those breaks, and then that's where the bigger volume comes in. So you can see, I'll pull up that's where some volume came in again too. You can see that. So that's what a lot of traders are watching for, is that break of high of day. That's what throws it up on scanners, other people's scanners as well. So you're going to get more eyes come in. You're going to get shorts getting squeezed out. That's where they're going to cover. That's when you'll get the move up. The reason why it's not so explosive is because you're looking at 465 million fucking shares, right? That's pretty big float for my liking, for the type of stock that I like to play. So okay, we will do the short side now. So I'll get rid of this and we'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you watch this whole move up, and if you're looking for a short, you need a proper entry. This one wasn't given too many, so the only signal that I really see is this topping. You can watch for that, right? Or this big fucking candle, right? That's dumping. That's definitely a sign of weakness. It's going to pull back. You're pretty safe to say it's going to pull back at this point. So you don't want to chase weakness like that on a short. So you want to wait for an entry. So what you would do is let this candle clear. It's on the 1 minute chart. So you see that you're at 247. Now you know your entry. You want to get, it's basically like an opening range breakdown or breakout. You want to get the low of that candle as soon as that breaks. That's your buying point, or your shorting point. So it's pretty easy to do, and it's fast too. I think a lot of the time seems to fly by when you're trading. You have a lot more time than what you realize. So just take a breath and relax. So you want to locate some shares now once you see that. So that's pretty easy to do. Sorry, I already had this typed in, but type in Gsat, type in as many shares as you want, hit locate. It's not going to locate, it's after hours right now. It'll pop up, hit accept, boom, it's in within probably 10 seconds, it's done. And by this, you had, 4 minutes here. So now you're looking for that break. So now you can either wait for it, or you can set a stop limit order on the short side as well. It's basically the same thing as setting up for a breakout, but for a breakdown. So you get your stop limit, and now you're going to be at 247. So we'll give it a cent. I wouldn't really give it a cent. It's most likely going to break, but we'll just do that to be safe. So 248, and a limit price of, we don't want it to go down too much. So we'll keep it at, let's say, I don't know, 245, and then you hit short, boom, done, you're in, and you're waiting. So as soon as it breaks that, your order will fill, and you'll be good to go, because it's basically like a marketable limit order. It's still a limit order. You're still limiting the amount that you want to pay for it. So it's not like you're going to get fucked on a market order or anything like that. But that's how you play breakouts and breakdowns. It's funny because, like I said, you had 14-15 cents of upside on this. And then you had the exact same amount, so 247 down to VWAP, because that's the trade. That's all you're looking for on this is 15 cents. So the exact same amount, unless you would have sold on this push, maybe not. You probably would have sold out here once you saw some topping action. But on the short, you're not. You could hold all day, but because of the strength of this stock, you don't want to hold too long. You just want to get in and get out. You could look for the break of VWAP, because you're going to get a pretty big dump, especially on these bigger float stocks. That's where things have a tendency to dump. They really follow this VWAP line. But the safe trade would have been just take it just to VWAP. You could have had a cover order already set. You look at it here, 233. So you set it for that, and you'll most likely get a cover there. If not, just give it some time. So that's one way to play it. The other way to play it, if you had a pretty good, strong conviction and feeling that it's going to continue to pull back. If you only wanted to take, 1,000 or a couple thousand shares, which isn't a lot of a pretty low price stock, in my opinion anyways, can watch it come down, watch it come up. But breaking the 9 EMA here, I mean, that's not exactly a great sign. It is showing that it's pretty strong. But anyways, once you see that it's starting to reject here, fucking short it some more, bid whack that fucker, and nail her down. You can add shares. You wouldn't fuck up your average too bad. It's pretty much halfway. It's at 7 cents, and that was 14-15 cents. So your average would still be pretty good, unless you wanted to really add to it if you were that confident, and then just look for this dump breaking VWAP here, and that's basically the trade. Or if you didn't get a fill, wait for it to come down again, or in here. I mean, either way, you're making money, right? And that's all that fucking matters. So that's all I wanted to say about Gsat. Like I said, I did not play this. Just doing some chart analysis right now this evening. I'm sure I'll have a couple more videos out. There were actually quite a few different plays. I was kind of away all day on business, so now I'm just doing some review. But really big chart here, both up and down. You had some nice downside as well. It looks like it's pretty strong. I'll most likely be watching this for a continuation come Monday. It's holding VWAP here. It was extremely strong. We got a breakout. Really just an all-around great stock. All right, thanks for listening, guys.